Hello everyone, I am invested 100% in stocks as of today, and here's why. Reason number one is probably the most obvious, but the stock market has been down pretty much drastically. Now, I don't believe in market timing, but I do know a good opportunity when I see one. And being in the present right now, what I have done is I have actually shifted all of the money that I had invested in bonds into being invested in stocks. And it's almost kind of the opposite of what everyone else is doing, but I think that I have a pretty good reason for doing it, and I'm going to give you 4 reasons why that is today. So the first one, as I just mentioned, is the stock market is down. So I see that as kind of being on sale. So stocks are on sale. Now, it's very important to note that I don't actually buy individual stocks, because definitely right now, as I make this video in March of 2020, some stocks are down significantly more than other stocks are, but I do not purchase individual stocks. That's just not part of my personal investing philosophy and how I do things. So I actually purchase index funds or broad-based index funds that hold a collection of securities, pretty much those that reflect the entire US stock market. So that is what I buy. So what I did was I took my broad-based index bond funds, I sold all of them, and I bought more stock funds. So basically I shifted my asset allocation. That is pretty much all that I technically did. So before I was invested about 15% in bonds compared to in stocks, the remainder in stocks, about 85%. And I just pretty much took that 15% of bonds, sold it off, and bought more stocks. And again, I do not consider that to be market timing because I was not anticipating any of this happening. It kind of just happened, and I feel like I am taking advantage of the situation of buying stocks when they are lower in price. Because I am investing in broad-based index funds, I do not believe that my risk for doing so is extremely high. So number one, the reason why I did it is because I believe that stocks are on sale. The second reason why I am now invested 100% in stocks is because bond prices, at least the bond index funds that I was invested in, are actually up kind of tremendously. So when I looked at my total returns in my bond funds, they were anywhere from about 10 to 12%. So all of them were sold at a profit, and I used those proceeds to buy stocks, which were declining somewhat significantly. I think it went anywhere from like 25 to 35% down from its peak, pretty much just, less than 2 months ago. So I feel like I got a good deal on selling off my bond funds, and I feel like I got a good discount on the stock funds that I bought. So that is reason number two. My bond funds, they were up a lot more than historic returns or expected returns for bonds in the first place. Reason number three has to do with my risk tolerance. So I believe that I have a relatively higher risk tolerance, and so I can afford to invest 100% in stocks. Now, I don't know how far the market will go down. I don't know when it'll go back up or anything like that. No one truly knows that. But I know that I can take the temporary downfalls of a decline in the value of my net worth. So actually, what I've seen in less than a month is I actually saw my net worth at one point drop $120,000. Now, that might sound like a lot or might sound like a little to you, but it is pretty significant for me. So it was about like 25 to 30% of my net worth, something like that. So I actually saw that happen in less than a month. And you know what? I kind of looked at that and I said, wow, let me go ahead and take advantage of this. And that's what I did. I invested 100% in stocks because I felt like they were on sale. And it's not just US stocks that I did this with. I also did this with foreign stocks because they are actually suffering a lot more than US stocks are, at least as I make this video and when I did the actual purchases. At this point in my life, I can afford to take those temporary losses. I wouldn't advise it for everyone, especially if you can't sleep at night. If you saw your net worth drop 120,000 or 25 to 30% in less than a month, as I did. But that brings me to reason number four, and one of the more important reasons is that I am young and I don't expect to actually need my investments for quite a while. And so I can afford to take those risks. I can afford to have my net worth decline that much. So I can afford to pretty much have it mostly in stocks. Looking back historically at stocks, we know that they're going to decline at some point, but for most of the time they are upward trending. But because of where I am at in my age right now, I'm not too worried about these temporary declines in my net worth. And instead, I was looking at this as an opportunity. I didn't anticipate doing it, but it kind of just happened somewhat on a whim. I rebalanced, and now I am 100% in stocks. That's 4 reasons why I am 100% in stocks. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give me a like on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because I'm putting out new information on personal finance every single week, and there is going to be something in there that can definitely help you out. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.